After watching this video and you go to that US Embassy interview and you don't get the visa, then guess what? You are just unfortunate to be in that category of individuals who will be rejected for the day. Because think about it, if 1,000 persons have interviewed today, some person has to be rejected, right? In this video today, we're going to be taking a look at 10 interview questions that is likely to be asked in the interview. Now, before I get into those interview questions, the number one and most important thing is confidence, right? And one thing that can help you with your confidence is that you need to understand is that the United States is nowhere special. It's just a regular country that the media glamorize like it's the best place on earth. But trust me, no, it is not. It's just a regular place. But you'll have to experience to understand it for yourself. So don't put that US visa on a pedestal. It's just a regular thing. When you have that interview, all you're going to say is yes or no. That's literally it. It is not the end of the world. Life continues, right? And sometimes it's for the best, right? So don't be mad at yourself that, hey, you got rejected. Come on. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. So with that said, let's get right into it. So one of the number one questions they're likely to ask is, what is the purpose of your travel? And it's simple. Like I said, be honest about your intentions. Are you going to visit a family? Are you going to a hotel? Are you going to an amusement park or something? State your purpose. That's literally it. Now, a follow-up question to that could be, have you booked your ticket already? You could say no. You don't book it and you state when you intend to book it or why you have not booked it as yet. And that's literally it. Like I said, guys, just be honest about your intentions. You know all of this information, right? It's nothing to be nervous and panicking about. Honestly, it's nothing to be panicking about. Number 3, how long do you intend to stay in the country? Now, when you were completing the visa application, you'd have specified your intended duration of stay. So ensure this aligns in your interview. Don't put on your visa 1 month and then in the interview you're gonna say 2 weeks. Come on, that's mismatching, right? So that's a red flag there. That could be signaling that you're lying. So for this question, you want to ensure it matches back what was on your application. Now, if it wasn't you who did the application, ensure you get this information from the visa application agent. So number 4 is, what is your current employment status? So they simply may ask you again, what do you do for work? And this information should again match back with what is on your application. Another one is, how do you plan to finance your trip? So an answer could be, I'll be planning to fund my trip through savings that I've accumulated over the years. It is that simple. Or just take the source of your finance, and if someone is funding you that trip, it's okay to say who is funding that trip for you. Like I said, honesty is the key in passing this interview. No need to lie about anything. Now, they may ask you indirect questions in terms of your relation to ties to your country. So they may ask you about family. They may ask you about friends. And this is where they may ask about work again. What properties do you own? So you can look forward to those type of questions. So even though on the application you would have provided your family information in the United States, again, in the interview, they'll ask you these questions. Where are you going to? Do you have relatives in the United States, right? They will ask you those questions, right? Ensure they align. Have you ever overstayed in another country? Now, this question, if you overstayed in another country, there's a high probability that depending on the country which you overstayed in, if you overstayed, they may not grant you the visa. So you have to look into those things. Now, if you're looking to travel for your first time, you can buy a one-way ticket and you can book a return trip. So they may ask you, do you book your return trip already, right? And if you say no, then you explain why you don't book it already. Again, these are the things that they will ask you, and ensure that you be honest about these questions, right? And once you answer these questions accurately and correctly and honestly and to the best of your abilities, there's a high probability you will get your visa. Like I said, the only way you will not get it is if you just fall in that quota where they say, hey, I have to reject some people for the day. So good luck on your embassy interview. That's for now. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.